Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and you are nerding out with Rickshaw. And you're also nerding out with.
You guys, I'm Fuzz.
I'm Toby. I'm the producer.
What's up, nerds? It's Rabbit.
And we are going to talk about some entertainment news today. So the other weekend, we were planning on going to a wrestling show, and it ended up getting sold out because it's become so popular. Apparently, we're idiots, and the last time we went, we just paid at the door and went in, and it was all good. And then this
yeah.
time, apparently, some of the guys went viral from PWR, Party World Wrestling, and it sold out. So we were left holding our dicks. So
Each other's
But
or just your
Sweaty hot dicks.
we were holding each other's. We were
I
skipping
heard
rope.
about that. I heard
We were
about
s-
that.
We were skipping rope with rabbit stick.
own? Wow.
But but yeah, the funny thing is though, I definitely was like inviting people, and the one of the most common things that people would say is like, "No, I don't watch fake stuff. I'd rather watch boxing." Right? And I'm like, hasn't there been like controversy on like whether somebody is faking like boxing or like throwing fights, and they're using YouTube celebrities to pull all the, people and get all the attention, and at that point which one is real? Because you're going to either one for entertainment, and so if they're performing either way, it's real. So what, like what do you guys have to think about this?
I
Anyone?
mean, there's real boxing, like the sport of boxing, and then there's Logan Paul boxing and Mayweather versus Conor McGregor boxing, and it's totally probably the winner is like predetermined, and it's all about making as much money as possible. So
What do you think? What
that's
do you think, Fuzz and Toby?
Uh, Personally, I don't care about either of them. Um, so I would have to say I'm assuming when it comes to the celebrity boxing matches, they are rigged and predetermined. I don't want to think that way, but I mean, come the fuck on, those matches are only done for money. Yeah, I bought the McGregor Mayweather fight. I wasted fucking $70 on it. It was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever done. It was horrible. But it is what it is for entertainment. It's a good time to watch, and wrestling is dope as fuck. But at the same time, I don't really care all that much about it either. So it's just like, yeah, whatever. Do what you got to do. Make your money, I guess.
I mean, Rabbit, you're a fan of boxing and wrestling,
UFC,
or
like MMA.
UFC,
MMA.
get your shit
MMA.
straight.
Sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Got you,
Sorry.
Rabbit.
But yeah, Toby, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But go ahead.
I mean, boxing doesn't interest me as much as like MMA does. That being said, I'm not like a huge MMA fan. I'll watch clips online. Like I've never sat and watched a pay-per-view because, they're expensive. Uh, but wrestling, I if someone puts their nose up to wrestling, like yeah, it's predetermined and stuff, but it's still like athletic, and some of these moves and stuff the guys do are pretty rad. And then there's storylines. Like it's like watching a fucking action movie all the time.
Mhm.
The boxing, I don't. I just it just doesn't do anything for me. MMA though. MMA.
Rabbit. And what do you
What?
think? You constantly watch fights, right?
Yes.
Okay, so like, what if for some reason, I know that this is not the case, but if for some reason you're like really into some like MMA fighters, and then
Yeah.
for some reason you find out it's predetermined who wins, would that take a lot away from you, or is?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's a sport. It's not entertainment. I
Right.
mean, it is entertainment, but it's an actual sport. So that's like saying if you found out the Super Bowl was rigged, that would be
It
highly
is.
disappointing.
It is. I mean,
Well, sure.
You know,
It's
And that's, I mean, that's part of my point where like people are like super snooty about wrestling and being like, it's fake, man. And it's like, to me, I'm kind of like, bro, look around nowadays. Like everything is pretty fake, but but everyone is like still physically doing it and
Yo.
has to work hard at it to do it right,
yo.
But yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off, but I'm going to, because those cats that wrestle are some of the most athletic human beings on the face of the fucking planet.
Right.
Period.
True.
You can't change my mind, because that shit is not easy. Now, like the bigger guys that can't move, that stuff still isn't easy. Like there were some amazing wrestlers growing up that I got to watch, like the Hardy Boys. That shit wasn't, what they did was like insane. Like it's not, I mean, it's fake, but they still beat the shit out of themselves and got to be athletic as fuck.
I think the difference is that with wrestling, everybody knows it's fake, and that's the point. It's just entertainment. And you're just supposed to watch it. You're supposed to take it at face value and watch it as entertainment. It's like saying magic is fake. Yes,
Shut up.
we all
No.
know magic is fake, but you
it's not.
still
Don't say
watch.
that.
Toby, earmuffs. We all
Shut
know
your
magic
mouth,
is-
rabbit.
Except for David Blaine, that dude is a demon.
Yeah.
But every other magician is fake. But you still watch
Stop
it
it.
because it's entertainment.
Stop it.
Yeah.
You love it. I love magic, so I
You
understand.
stop talking like that.
Okay, so here's something I was just thinking about. Like, at one point, wrestling was portrayed as a real thing. Like, I remember in the 90s getting in arguments with kids at school because wrestling's fake. No, it's not. It's real. It was very portrayed, especially like in the 80s and before that. Like, they.
But we were also children.
Well, yeah, but still,
We
like,
weren't adults.
even further back, like they portrayed it like, you go back to the 70s and stuff like that, and earlier that was portrayed as real. So I think now that we know, like, for sure, like, wrestlers come out and talk about it all the time. Like, yes, it's fake, but like,
Don't break kayfabe.
yeah,
Why are
you
they
don't break
kayfabe?
kayfabe.
First of all, you don't do that in an interview. What the fuck?
They do it all the time now. So
It's the number one rule.
What I was gonna say is, like, I don't think we're in an age where you can like dupe the audience like that anymore. So if these fights are fixed and stuff, I feel like you gotta say like, hey, this is entertainment. You have to specifically say this is entertainment, because people do bet on WWE stuff or just wrestling in general. They will bet on pay-per-view cards and stuff. So
Hey man, you can bet on literally anything.
Yeah.
At one point, you could bet on how The Sopranos was going to end.
that's
I'm not kidding.
And nobody
That's
won
a-
that bet.
Nobody won that bet. I remember seeing all the props and stuff, but you can bet on anything. But it's still but it's still fun. And I don't think, like, wrestling is blah blah blah. You don't really know how it's going to end. It's all fake, yada yada. But in boxing, maybe those matches, the celebrity boxing, maybe they're not scripted. Like, oh hey, we're going to do this, but it like, oh hey, in the 6th round, this is whenever you're gonna, he's gonna knock you down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying the whole fight scripted like in wrestling, where they're talking in each
Right.
other's ears and fucking telling, okay, here we go, and doing all that shit. But like, I don't know. I had a point, but I fucking forgot it.
I mean,
So
that's the whole point of even talking about this, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one's portrayed as real, but most likely is fake, versus one is fucking fun as shit, and they're like, yeah, it's kind of fake, but whatever. We still punch each other in the face every now and then. we still body slam each other, and we all have bad backs, so it still hurts. So, but let's see that clip, Toby.
okay.
Let's
I've
see
got
that. Pull out your
show us the
clip.
clit.
so I've got 2 clips of Logan Paul. He's you motherfuckers. he's had like 6 or 7 matches in WWE so far, and this is one of the clips that went really viral when he was in the Royal Rumble. It's him and Ricochet.
I don't know, but I guarantee it's highlight worthy. Oh my goodness, what a collision!
I mean, that doesn't look
That's
like it feels
impressive,
good.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
be real. Like,
What the hell
like
just happened?
the Paul brothers are actually super like talented for being that athletic. Like the things that they're doing, I don't give a fuck about either of them.
I mean, they're douchebags, but they're like ripped.
And
I mean,
rich.
they have like personal trainers and personal chefs. It's
Yeah.
easy to be ripped when you have all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Nuh-uh.
This other clip is
No.
Helm versus Seth
Not me.
Rollins at WrestleMania 39, and this is kind of to show like more of the entertaining side of like yeah, someone's about to go through a table, but then something else happens because Logan was the bad guy, he was the heel.
Because Paul's going up to the top rope. Seth Rollins has nowhere to go.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's KSI, which I don't really know much about him except he's a streamer.
Oh my goodness!
So he went through his own friend.
Yo, that dude's tights are fucking tight. Those pink ones.
Yeah, Seth Rollins is fucking awesome.
Oh,
Breast
fuck.
Cancer Awareness Month.
He's been doing this gimmick where he's very flamboyant here lately. Like he wears these like ungodly like fashion stuff. It's really cool.
There's only one flamboyant wrestler, and his name is Goldust, and that is where I'll drop the fucking
Ooh,
mic.
Goldust, man. Did you say Reisler?
Nice name drop.
Did you say Reisler?
What? Reisler?
Yeah, it sounded like you said Reisler.
Reisler?
That's racist, man.
You try that in a small town, bro.
But yeah, wrestling. I don't understand when people like stick their nose up to it because the pageantry, the drama, like
Awesome.
it's so good. Like all that was so stupid. Logan Paul saw that Seth moved out of the way like a good 10 seconds before he went ahead and jumped on his buddy.
No, he
Oh, yeah.
didn't.
No, he didn't.
No.
But
Oh.
that's what's so fucking great because
It was all the cameras.
yeah, he was
People.
blinded by the lights. But like you see the good guy get over on the heel. So I don't know.
Look, man,
But
my
yeah.
cousin used to watch all the pay-per-views, and he'd invite me over to his house, and we'd get hammered drunk. He's a huge wrestling fan. To this day, he's 40 years old. Huge wrestling fan. I mean, huge wrestling fan. When Royal Rumble was at Jerry World for the first time, I was there. Got to see Stone Cold and Undertaker and all that shit live. That shit was tight as fuck.
Oh shit.
Went to Monday Night Raw the next night. That shit it's a lot of fun. Like now that it streams on Peacock, I watch all the pay-per-views.
Mhm.
If there's nothing
Yeah.
on, dude, I'll watch the pay-per-views. That shit's cool as fuck.
Yeah, well, it's funny too now that like if you think about that in the same way and you bring it over to music, it's like you go to watch bands play and you could be like, that shit's all scripted. I don't like it. But then at the same time nowadays, it's like that shit's all on tracks.
Right. No,
it's like-
exactly.
so it's like
Same
becoming, same thing where it's like, well, they're playing their instruments. Like, are they though? Are they? You sure about that?
I think wrestling's a little bit more. I think wrestling is more real than some of these bands that are popular right now. That's all I'm gonna fucking say.
That's true.
Don't care, hate it, fuck
Yeah.
off. It is what it is.
I mean, they have more of a story going on than some of these bands.
Exactly.
You know what? I would be completely okay with the boxing. A boxing movie. I would rather watch a boxing movie than these boxing
Yeah.
matches that may or may not be fixed from the get go. Because at least like there's a story to go along with it. There's more
Yeah,
entertainment
Creed.
valuable. Creed?
I mean, Rocky and Creed movies
Yeah.
are all fucking
All
dope,
good.
so.
Southpaw's
Rocky.
awesome too.
Oh yeah,
Southpaw's
Southpaw.
okay. That's little
What?
Jakey Gyllenhaal, ain't it?
That movie's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What about
incredible
whenever-
for Jake Gyllenhaal.
Was it Rocky 5 where it just ends with a bar fight, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Like they fight in the street. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Look, if it's Bloodsport or Lionheart, I don't give a fuck about anything else. Sorry, dog.
Bloodsport.
Fighting
Yeah,
with Channing Tatum.
That's what we need. You know what? How come we never got like a blood sport style sport where you're like scripted, but you're fighting, kung fu fighting, and everyone goes and thinks it's real. That'd be
So
dope. That'd
they
be dope as hell.
there's a wrestling
That's my restaurant idea.
there's a
That's my
wrestling
restaurant.
company that actually does like a fight setup like that where they take the ropes and the everything down and it's just a mat and it's more like that. But it's the same thing. Like it's they know what they're doing. But
Yeah.
it looks cool as shit
So
because
sick.
it's like, oh, this looks like it looks like an underground fight or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It
If you
is.
see I have an idea.
Lionheart.
If I was ever on Shark Tank, I would be like, all right, you've been to medieval times? Well, check this out. We've got this Mortal Kombat style tournament where you sit in like I'm sitting in the red section. I'm rooting for the red fighter. Or I'm sitting in the blue section. I'm rooting for the blue fighter.
Please don't say
And
white
then,
or
and
any other-
then
Or yellow.
but anyways, hey,
Please don't.
y'all. Hey, calm down. But anyways, and then you start getting the storyline. They like come out and they introduce each fighter, and then they talk about how this person or that person has a feud. Earth, don't talk over me. Ever since the last tournament, you've always pissed me off. And then you get fights,
Yeah.
and you're rooting for your fighter.
What kind
And
of
then
food are we serving here, dude? Fuck all that shit. What kind of food are we serving?
yeah.
'Cause
Chinese food.
Kung Pao
really?
Dude. Yeah,
Kung
dude.
Pao. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, dude. Kung Pao
I
chicken.
like that.
And then
What
you
about
get-
fruit punch? Is that what we're drinking?
Okay. I was gonna say like Sapporo and shit like that, but
I don't know what
That's
that
fine,
means,
too.
but like Sbarro, the pizza place.
yes. And sake, and then look, and then if it gets big, oh well, in between each fight, of course you gotta get like pretty athletic fight choreography people involved,
Obviously.
But in between each fight, you do some weapon play, like swords and fucking nunchucks and shit.
Yeah.
And then if it gets big enough, Wu-Tang plays at the end.
That's tight. I'll fuck with that. Take my money. You can have
Yeah,
my
dude.
money.
Yeah, dude. That'd be dope, son. And then, if you get crazy, you could have fatalities in the show, and it could be all practical effects, dude. Yeah,
Dude, I'm in.
yeah
like
Shark
it.
Tank,
Dude.
what's up?
You had me at food. Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah, you had me at Chinese food, dog. I'm down.
I love Chinese food. I fuck with it.
But yeah, wrestling, either way. I honestly will choose wrestling over MMA or boxing because I want to laugh too. No, these fighters aren't going to make me laugh. They're just going to beat the shit out of each other and I'm going to be like, oh, God.
That is a good point. Like, because there are comedy wrestling matches, there's serious matches. Back in the day, in the 90s, we had panty matches, so you had a little bit of sex in there.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I masturbated
Can't do
to
that
that
anymore.
multiple times.
Yes.
No shame, boys. No shame.
Was that Sable
Sable
Oh
Jam,
my
Damn.
God, fucking
Yeah.
Sable, dude.
Hey,
and Stacy
Stacey
Keebler
Keebler.
or some shit?
Yep.
calm down, Paul Rubens. R.I.P.
I was in the
What?
comfort of my own room masturbating. That's not illegal. So
True that.
fuck off.
They're like, sir, this is a Buffalo Wild Wings. Please, please leave."
Yeah, quit calling it your room.
You don't live here, sir. This is the kitchen. This is Buffalo Wild Wings. Guys in there
But, yeah.
jerking off in the freezer again. You fucking weirdo.
But yeah, guys, what do you think? Leave it in the comments. What do you choose? Are you conflicted on which one is better? Do you choose pro wrestling or amateur wrestling or pro boxing and or MMA? Leave it in the comments. Plug your stuff. Starting with Toby.
First off, I want to say that it's not amateur wrestling. That's like the Olympic wrestling. You don't. That's the amateur pro wrestling is still called pro wrestling. Just
Okay,
bitch.
my bad,
yeah,
bad, dude.
I just look.
Get your shit
I
straight.
don't want you to get like power bombed or anything. So I'm just trying to make sure you got the lingo right.
Get 'em.
Hey, I do a podcast called the Secret Levels Podcast. It's a retro video game review show. We go over one game per episode, and it's fun. Go check it out. And catch
Tight.
me streaming on Twitch. Twitch.tv/TobyVonDoom. I played The Little Mermaid on NES the other day. That game's fucking hard. It whooped my ass.
I watched a little bit of that. I watched you getting hit by the crab
That
over and over.
motherfucker. Like I even talked shit. I was like, "Oh, this is a girls' game. They made it too easy," and then it just started wiping me out. It was stupid.
It hurt you.
Catch
Fuzz.
these hands under the sea.
Under the sea. About to get tail slapped.
Who wants to talk about Terminated?
I'll go. Hey guys.
Buzz.
Rabbit and I are in a band called Terminated. Look us up. There's a single out on Spotify, and I say this at the end of every one of these stupid fucking videos. One of these days, we're gonna have a second song out. I swear to God. I swear to God, we're going to.
I'm actually working on a show for November in Denton, probably.
That's fine.
Just to
Let's
get
do
y'all
it.
out of your shell. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh.
shout out Ninja Turtles. Get you out of your
Dude, I
shell.
got him on my shin. But yeah, check out Terminated. Rabbit and I are in there. We make a lot of noise together. It's good stuff. There's breakdowns. So check it out. Tell us how much you like or don't like it. Goodbye.
Rabbit, talk about
Yeah.
how handsome you are for a second.
Oh, what's up, guys?
A smile, baby. That fucking
Oh,
smile.
Rabbit's talking about starting a podcast on his own.
I am.
I am?
Also,
Question mark?
you-
I guess. Hey, we're not supposed to
Yeah,
talk about this
yeah.
secret shit.
I was gonna say you can now find me on Instagram. I'm back.
No, I
on
love
there
it. I love it. You're sending videos in the
as
group chat.
RA6IT.
IT band. Yeah, you're watching Nerding Out with Rickshaw. I am Rickshaw. If you like what you see here, go at us on Facebook, add us on Instagram, add us on TikTok, all that stuff. Also, my voice fucking hurts from playing my first show with a band called Never Rest. And we're gonna be playing all over Texas, coming up every now and then. So check that out. So I guess that's all we got here. And we'll see you later, nerds.